How much did you give him?
So, although, yeah, it was over 80,000 through that one bank account, yeah.
£80,000?
Yeah, just over 80,000.
If you thought fraud wasn't a priority for the police, this might be a surprise. So this operation is targeting the industry which enables fraudsters to operate. The criminals who provide other criminals with bank details, but also technical support and even training in how to steal money from unsuspecting victims. In the very early hours, 24 officers are heading for a flat in South London. An arrest. He's suspected of selling personal financial information to scammers. And police abroad, especially Nigeria, are also making arrests. Bank and credit card fraud is up 15%, a major headache for police forces under pressure.
The scale of fraud and the victimisation across the public and our communities is huge. People might not know, but there's a whole ecosystem out there that fraudsters are actively involved in, where they will buy and sell tradecraft, they will exchange information with each other, compromise data, credit card numbers, and tradecraft and scripts. And that really is where a lot of fraudsters will meet and learn their trade. So by focusing on those groups, it enables us to disrupt that whole ecosystem.
The police can't do it all. Banks have set up their own team to track fraudsters.
What we do is fight on their behalf in the shadows.
BBC News was given exclusive access to the crack team of experts scouring the internet for scammers.
We are relentlessly focused on the threats. We're always watching, we're always hunting for them on the dark web. I understand when a victim loses money that it's very distressing, and the banks will respond to that. They respond to that very quickly, and they've dedicated teams for doing so.
The strategy is to hit the criminals before, during and after the fraud. Here they say it takes a chain of events for criminals to scam you out of your money. They prepare by researching what they're going to do, often learning from other criminals. They develop online resources, building or even buying fake bank websites. They use social engineering, dodgy text messages often, to trick you into paying up. Then your account has been compromised. But the crucial stage for the criminals is called the cash out. These experts are from military intelligence, the police, cyber security companies. Investigators like Kate, not her real name, scour data from the banks and scraped from chat rooms where anonymous scammers discuss their methods. And when you're going through the data, what are you looking for?
That golden nugget, that piece of information that will help perhaps identify a network, a criminal service, or even a criminal operation. I find it hugely frustrating that these criminals are so callous and brazen about, there's no consideration for the victim.
Kirsty has a difficult story to tell about herself, about how she met a man called Patrick on a dating site she thought, from a fake profile, was British.
And he was a handsome man, he looked smart, and I was drawn to him. And I felt a connection with him. His words were hello, and they're the 5 letters that have changed my life.
And he wasn't pushy at the start?
No, absolutely not, no. He built a rapport with me. There was no rush, so not like what you hear now. They act in haste, everything's quickly moved, love bombing. It wasn't like that at the beginning for me. He built a rapport. He explained about things in his childhood. We spoke about places where he'd lived. He spoke about places where I'd lived. So there was no real sense that this was going the wrong way for me. There was no red flags. You know, I was excited to get a message from him. I was excited to speak to him on the phone. And then he turned around and he said he'd been in an accident. Now, I'm the kind of person that would help anyone, even if I was on death's door myself. I pride myself on that. And when he said that, I just wanted to help him. And he asked me then, can you transfer some money, because I've not done the business deal and I need to finish that, or I'm going to be in hospital and I'm going to be out of pocket.
How much did you give him?
So, although, yeah, it was over 80,000 through that one bank account, yeah.
£80,000?
Yeah, just over 80,000.
You completely trusted him, Kirsty, didn't you? I mean,
yeah, I did, yeah.
Because people will hear this story and they'll think,
why did she do that? And that's why we need to make people fully aware of what this does and the coercion and the manipulation that you go under.
The man whose images were stolen by the scammer to create Patrick is actually Jay, a former model with a family of his own. In a way, he's a victim too.
Yeah, I mean, I look back, I'm in hospital, look at that. And I've been contacted about that image before. That's just, I'm looking now and it's me taking a picture of waking up at 10 in the morning, having a lazy day. It's me in bed saying, I'm ready to go out, but I wanted to go back to bed. It's me eating a cake. And these are all images, me trying to show my friend, just being a normal guy. You feel like someone's invaded your privacy, and then you kind of worry about your reputation. I worked quite hard with my modelling career, with how we're building our fitness business, how my mum and dad have brought me up with, you know, the disciplines and manners. You just think, oh gosh, what are people going to think?
This is a whole of society problem, and we are reacting with a whole of society solution. We're providing law enforcement a force multiplier to enable their operations to hit harder, faster, with less risk.
The strategy's resulted in more than 500 arrests so far. But not, as far as anyone knows, Patrick. Kirsty's fraudster kept up the act right to the end.
And then he's rung me up after I'd been to the police station and he's saying how much he loved me and that he was sorry. And I'm thinking, how could you possibly be sorry if you're doing that? And he just kept saying it, and then all of a sudden he just turned around and he said, Kirsty, I've been in an accident.
he hadn't stopped.
No. And I threw the phone against that wall, and there's still a mark in it now to this day, which I look at regularly to remind myself.
She's now rebuilding her florist business and her life, talking openly about what happened. She hopes Patrick will be caught.